This week's episode, our guest is Dez O'Neal. Now, Dez is one of the best comedians coming out of Dallas, Texas. I actually met Dez last year when we did 2 shows at the Hyenas Comedy Club with headliner Neil Nanda, rest in peace, and Dallas legend Ralph Barbosa. Now, this Friday, May 3rd, Dez will be headlining Dallas Comedy Club for 2 shows, 7:30 and 9:30, and I'll be featuring for him on both of those shows. Now, you can get the link to the tickets for the show. They'll be provided in the show notes, or you can go straight to the Dallas Comedy Club website and get your tickets there. I encourage you to get your tickets as soon as possible before they sell out. And for weekly updates, make sure you subscribe to the Funny Truth Podcast wherever you stream podcasts. This is the Funny Truth Podcast with Adam J.
That is the funny truth.
What kind of papers do you use to roll up?
Bro, I use these little Bob Marley papers, man. It's some brand by Bob Marley. Bob Marley Pure Hemp.
Oh yeah, I like the hemp wraps. Is it CBD?
No, it's not CBD. It's not CBD. Cigarette papers.
Okay.
Pure hemp paper.
Remember when I was getting into weed heavy in college, I was like, I'm gonna learn how to roll blunts and roll joints. And I never attempted the backwoods. That's the only one. That's like the expert, but I like rolling
Yeah.
blunts. Like the have you ever had a palm tree leaf?
No, never had no palm tree leaf.
It's because
They come off a tree, for real?
Yeah. When I would buy like a blunt at this dispensary back when I was living in Oregon, you could buy like a palm. It was wrapped in a palm tree leaf, so it would burn like super slow. And it's just, it was like smoking a cigar, and
Yeah.
perfectly stuffed because it came from the factory. But I like those, and I like the they would have like hemp blunt wraps that would be like CBD. Those were cool.
Yeah, I've been trying to be a little healthier, man. I used to be on them Swisher Sweets, and that mug give you asthma, and I don't even have asthma.
That shit.
For real.
How old are you?
33.
33. Okay. This year close. I'm 30. I just hit 30 this year, bro.
Congrats.
Yeah. Another year around the sun, bro.
Yeah.
I was talking about that on stage. I was like, I'm 30. It's catching up, bro. Because I haven't, ever since I got done playing basketball when I was 22, I don't think I've done cardio. Well, yeah. I did MMA for a little bit. Like I trained a lot of Muay Thai and some jiu-jitsu, but that was not basketball cardio because I joined a city league team. I swore I was retired from basketball. I was like, I'm done. I don't give a shit about this anymore. And then a couple of comedians and some people were like, yo, we're doing a city league team out here in Phoenix. And I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And
I'm in the league myself.
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I suck now, dude. I'm horrible. First game, I was probably 5 minutes in, dude, and I was like, ugh. I've never thrown up from running before, and I was like, I had to call a sub.
You was about to throw up?
I did, bro. I was like this close to doing it on the court, like in front of family.
You caught it.
Oh yeah, they were like, "Where'd Adam go?" Like, we thought you were mad. I walked off the court. I was like, "No, bro. I was about to puke all over the court like that."
Damn. Was you drinking the night before or something?
Probably.
Damn.
That is the one time I threw up. I lied. I threw up one other time in college when I was on the team because coach got mad one day and made us run the whole practice, and I drank heavily the night before, puking. But everybody was puking, so.
Yeah, you fit in then.
But yeah, I'm skinny. I don't really have to do cardio to not get. I don't know.
People think just because you're not fat, you ain't, in bad shape.
Dude, I was like, this is embarrassing, bro. Fuck.
Right.
And that's what made me good at basketball was my cardio. I was just like, I just play good defense, work hard, and then would just outrun people and shoot threes. typical white guy type of style.
Yeah.
But like,
You need that. You need that.
oh yeah, good. I'm a great role player. Like if I have really good players around me, I'll play to that
Yeah,
level.
you gonna shine.
If I have, yeah, if I'm playing with the JV squad, I'm not even. I could come off the bench and you wouldn't even know I could play at the other level.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I'm like, I fucking suck. I'm not gonna take over. I know they were excited to have me on the team, and I'm like, I'm the biggest bust. But it's good cardio twice a week. Did you? So I know you play basketball. Did you play high school, college?
Played in high school and some college.
You look like a JUCO guy.
Yeah. I
Paris
went to junior
College.
college. Junior college. I wish it was, I guess, I wish it was Paris College.
I had one teammate who transferred from there. That's the only school I know in Texas that's a JUCO. That's the only reason I dropped it. Where'd you go?
Harris,
Harris.
TJC.
Did you redshirt?
Yeah.
Got that? I redshirted too. Yeah, but how did they treat the red shirts when you played?
Like a body.
That's how most dude. I don't know, most people, like, because I played one, did 2 years of JUCO. One was a redshirt year, so I only used 1 year eligibility, and then I transferred, played at NCAA D2 Simon Fraser, and then transferred after 1 year to a NAIA, like small Christian school. And everybody had the same stories. They were all like, everybody that was a JUCO player was like, bro, JUCO coach was my best coach. Like they ran that shit like a military at most people who I would talk to. It was really like last
Yeah.
chance you at all these schools. Uh, it was always funny how like high school and then at JUCO, the coach would be like, that shit ain't gonna work at the next level. Like, that shit did work at the next level. Like if you were really good, and your GPA was a 0.8 and you skipped weightlifting and you like, just like, dude, we had at my last school, we were so good at my little NAIA school. It was like, because we had like 28-year-old freshmen. It's like, if you were in basketball shape in 28, it would make it a lot easier playing against 18 to 21-year-olds, I think. And
Yeah.
these guys were like good. There was this group of guys that were transfers from D1s, D2s, and/or
Oh, they was cooking y'all.
y'all, dude. I think my first year, so my junior season, our whole starting lineup is playing professionally, and I think 6 guys on that team were all playing professionally. So we were so good, but there was zero discipline, bro. Like the best player would just be sitting up in the bleachers, just like texting on his phone, and the coach was such a pussy. He'd be like, Xavier, do you want to jump in a couple of these play? And he's just like, he just look up and be like, it's like shit that
Damn.
you'd be like, that would never work. It's like, well, depends where you go, because and
Wow.
it's weird too. Like the coach, you would think that like the coaching would be significantly better at these higher levels, and it's like, nah, it's actually just guys who politic their way into a spot, and then maybe they're good salespeople and can recruit people.
Yeah.
The coach I had at Simon Fraser, he was such a good salesman, dude. But like his knowledge of the game, I don't even think we watched film more than once. And my other coach was, he overcomplicated basketball so much. I feel like people try and do that. I don't know. Did you guys? Do you ever remember when you played? Did you watch film?
Not so much, no.
Really? Were you guys good? Good?
It was pretty good.
Was it in Texas? Is that NJCAA?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Those schools are better. Well, because they can give full rides like a normal college. You know, it's a 2 year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I
Jimmy
played,
Butler went to, I think Jimmy Butler went to TJC.
really,
Yeah.
he's one of my favorites. I was sad to see him get injured for the playoffs, but I guess I don't really care. So the, the Mavericks are your team. Yeah, Are you born and raised in Dallas or the area, or where are you from?
Yeah, man. The Mavs, bro. Let's go, bro.
Yeah,
Mavericks.
MFFM.
Mavericks.
Dude, I mean, I'm from Portland, and that was my team. But then I don't know. I just kind of stopped liking them after a while, uh, because like I don't know. That's what happens when your team sucks, I guess.
Yeah, I
And
was nice when y'all had Brandon Roy.
we were nice, dude. I started
Brandon
watching.
Roy, Aldridge.
We were nicer before that, bro. When we went to the Lakers and lost in Game 7 in the
Oh
Eastern Conference
yeah, y'all
Finals.
had Bonzi Wells, Scottie Pippen, Rasheed Wallace,
Sabonis at
Jermaine
that.
O'Neal, I think, Sabonis, goddamn Damon Stoudemire,
Oh, dude,
goddamn me.
that
I
that
think he
that
had
that
this
shit.
dude named Patterson.
Yeah, that shit. We had Greg Anthony. That shit.
Y'all had Zach Randolph off the bench. He was like a rookie on the bench.
It was a stupid good team. I was that ruined my childhood, man. Like, because I hated Kobe till he died, and then I was like, it's actually. I've never cried over a celebrity dying because I don't give a shit. Like, I don't know them. But when Kobe died, that one, I feel like anybody that's played basketball felt like
Yeah,
that.
I did cry for some weird reason. I had a comedian guy, uh, asshole, ask me, now that I think about it, I'd be like, I really should have like went off on his ass. 'Cause he's like, Dez, do you know Kobe? Because we was like leaving a show in Arkansas. We was leaving the Grove,
Uh huh.
and literally I'm in the car, and that's when I seen that Kobe died, like on my
Hmm.
phone, and then I like teared up and shit, and
Yeah.
he straight up like, Dez, did you know Kobe? Like, no,
Yeah.
motherfucker, I don't know Kobe, but
Yeah,
like,
man.
I felt
Yeah.
like I knew Kobe. I watched this dude go to the prom. I watched his whole NBA career.
Whoa.
Yeah, I
Whoa.
mean, but
It was. I don't know. It felt like for me, and probably a lot of people, it's just kind of the the mindset that he embodied of of just being excellent at what you do and being the best. And then it was like he'd only been retired for maybe a couple seasons, and
yeah.
uh, like he was gonna do other great things that like he was just getting started on, and then the fact that his daughter was on there and it was like a whole like AAU team.
Now that was
I
just
think that's
some. They just made whole America just extra sad with that, and just God
right.
dog.
That kind of set the tone for 2020, and then like things really
And I
went.
think that's when COVID came out.
COVID came in like it was coming, but like I remember stuff getting shut down in like March.
'Cause it was like Kobe died, and then it had a little. It was like a big thing about Kobe. Then on the side, you seen something about COVID on the
Yeah,
side.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. I remember in the barber shop, they were all like gossiping about it. Yeah, bro. Yes, I guess they're talking about maybe they're gonna have to quarantine shit. I was like, that's not gonna happen. This was like January, and then yeah, it happened. And depending on where you lived, it was like everyone in the beginning was in the same boat, but then like in, where I was at, Oregon, dude, that they were so extra with everything.
bro, they
That's
had me
that's
thinking if I was outside, I was going to jail. If they caught me outside, I was getting locked up. I was terrified.
right.
I was
Yeah,
sitting in front of my dad's crib, bro, in my car, and the police drove by, and he, flashed in the car. I'm like, right there. He's like, oh, we not on it like that. I was like, oh, okay, whatever
yeah,
that means. You know what I
yeah. We
mean?
still we still had it. We still had it better than other countries for sure. In that, and every state was different. But like, I know Australia, you had to be home by 10 o'clock, and if you weren't, then you could get arrested, and they tracked everyone's phones to be like making sure that people were in their homes. So
Damn.
and like people were, I guess people there was Australians that were like jumping the police officers that would be coming to their house to check and make sure they're home.
Yeah, I didn't
I
know
don't
that.
know. Yeah, I'm still a white guy, dude. I have those. I would probably be on some similar shit. Leave me. I'm a big leave me alone kind of guy. Like that's a big reason why I left Portland. I left Portland because I just had started comedy right after they kind of opened things up, and then also I told my dad, I was like, if they bring these fucking masks back again, I'm out, dude. I'm not doing this. And then
Yeah, the mask was just stupid. To this day, when I see people with masks on, I get mad. Like I just be like, bro, what are you
yeah,
doing? You in the car by yourself with a mask on, bro? Like, what are
yeah.
you doing?
I look at them the same way I look at girls that got like a septum piercing. Like I'm just you told me everything I need to know. And when you're traveling, it's funny because like I was doing this comedy festival at the end of February in San Luis Obispo, and I had to fly to LAX. There's a high number of people wearing masks from that point out, getting to LAX, getting on a flight, and then getting to this other small little city. It was not uncommon to see, at least a couple people at all times with a mask on. And that's just a vibe there. I'm sure it's similar back home. Versus out here, I imagine where you're at, not many people. But
Still be some, but no, not many.
yeah, it's at this point, yeah, it's like people fell in
At
love
this
with it.
point, it's like, bro, like, come on, bro. What are you like? Come on. You trying to like show how safe you are and show how committed you. Some people was just too committed.
Right.
Like the people that was putting on gloves at the gas pump. I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna be putting on no gloves every time I'm at the gas. We've been putting on gloves. I mean, we've been raw dogging the gas pump for years, and all of a sudden, you want to put on a goddamn glove just to pump some gas. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like it was just too much, bro. It was just way too much going on. And I'm like, dog, just wash your hands, eat healthy,
Right.
cover your mouth
Right.
when
Like
you sneeze, all that.
that was the stupidest shit too, was when all the toilet paper was gone from all the stores, but like they were like, it affects your immune system, blah blah blah. But like you go to the Whole Food section and all the little supplements and everything, it's like those were fully stocked. But the toilet
Yeah.
paper, gone, bro. And I swear to God, that
Exactly.
hand sanitizer smells different now than it used to.
Word.
Yeah, I don't know, because
You
I
you
used to like
would
the
notice
smell.
that shit.
I like the smell of hand sanitizer, and then like the newer ones that came out during the COVID times when you couldn't even get any. The smell of them was like it was gross, dude. I was like, they're using something different because there's so much
Bro,
people.
that's crazy work, bro. Like that's the thing, bro. They making everything different now. Like y'all got a Wendy's? You know what Wendy's is?
Of course I know what Wendy's is. Yeah, my girl and I were just talking about the
Does
McDonald's.
Arizona have a Wendy's?
Bro, we have everything here. We have
Okay,
Dallas and
okay. I be
Phoenix.
thinking
Dallas and
something.
Phoenix. We're like,
Y'all ain't got no Church's chicken.
oh man, come on.
Y'all got a
See,
Church's?
yeah, dude, we have everything.
Okay.
We have the Canes, we have the churches, we got Popeyes, we got Chick-fil-A, all within. I probably have all that within like a 5 mile radius of where
Oh, I thought Church's was just Texas. But
Oh no,
yeah, I
you
forgot
guys
where
have.
I was going with that.
Uh, we
We
were
was
talking
talking
about.
about something.
Oh, you talking about they're changing everything. You're saying something about Wendy's.
Oh, yeah, Wendy's, dog. Back in the day, Wendy's, bro, they burgers used to be real burgers, dog. Like now they burgers look like breakfast sandwiches. You seeing this shit?
Uh-uh.
They done shrunk the shit out they burgers, bro. They burgers look like straight breakfast sandwiches. I'm like, either either I done turned into Shaq or these burgers done shrunk,
Yeah.
dog.
Oh, dude,
Like
everything's shrunk, bro.
the price going up and the food is getting smaller.
And then see that thing with Wendy's, they were talking about having surge pricing like they do for like Uber. Like it's more or less expensive at certain times of the day.
Oh no, they tripping now. Now they showing the fuck out. Now y'all showing the fuck out. Them burgers ain't even good any time of the damn day. You talking about this time of
Yeah,
the day is gonna be higher.
I get the same thing from Wendy's. It's always the chicken nuggets, which is probably disgusting, but with that honey mustard sauce. But my girl and I we were just having this conversation yesterday about the chicken selects from McDonald's used to come with this buffalo sauce, and now it's like a different. The sauce, like the texture and everything's completely different. It used to be like it was a lot thinner, and now it's like really thick. I was like, I wonder what goes into, because sometimes it's like, was it just like some sales guy at the end of the contract was like, no, you need to start putting this in your buffalo sauce, and then they're like, we signed up with this guy for 10 years and we're not changing it until then. Or did they find an ingredient that was cheaper? Because in corporations, the whole
They
goal is
always
to,
trying to find something, make something cheaper and save money, bro.
yeah,
And they
yeah,
don't give a fuck. It can be something like it's not even, it's plastic. It could be something it ain't even real dairy or real ranch. It could just be some damn
yeah,
supplement fake filler.
yeah.
It could just be a filler. You just eating straight filler. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this, bro?
Did you ever watch that documentary of the McDonald's? I think it's called Founder. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's one of my
When he's
favorite fucking movies.
making the milkshake, it's just like a
Yeah,
little powder mix, and
yeah. And that dude was upset about that milkshake. He was like, hey, we
yeah.
can make a lot more money with this powder shit.
Well, that's the thing in business. Like I've always been in business for myself, and there's like, you people start a business and they fall in love with the business, which is good. I mean, to an extent, but like you have to be like, what am I going to do with this business? Am I going to keep working it? Am I going to sell it? Am I going to do something? Because that's what happens with that shit. Is the one guy's like, you're in the real estate business, and then he's like, oh shit. And then the other dudes are like trying to just run it like how they were running it. They're like, should have never let this guy in.
Yeah,
McDonald's becomes what it becomes. But I think that's just interesting in general that a lot of people that maybe get a lot, like really upset with the news or things is that, like, bro, corporations' entire goal, like the entire goal of the CEO and the CFO and the COO and all those people that are voted on by the shareholders, uh, and they're basically, it's almost like an NFL team at that point, like a coaching staff where, like, if the shareholders aren't happy at the end of the season, they just like they
yeah,
can vote you out. They vote you out and be like, nah, we don't. And so these guys, and all they're looking at is the stock price and if it did better and if the company was profitable for the quarter or the year. And so whatever you have to do to be profitable. Um, and so you're like, oh, that's why a lot of corrupt shit happens. It's not, I don't think it's, a lot of times I don't think it's like evil. I think it's just like stupidity. And then people at the very top of the company are making these decisions. And then all the employees are just like, I'm just here clocking in doing my shit. They're not really
yeah.
involved
They
like
don't
that.
know.
Like there's that series on Netflix that was about like corporate, it's called like Corporate Greed or something, where there's like a docu-series of like corporations that have been busted for like bad business practices, like uh I think it was Volkswagen in Germany. Well, I think it was Volkswagen, or yeah, I think it's Volkswagen. They were like, because you know, clean energy and like less fuel emissions is kind of the trend now, and do you ever take your car through like the DEQ? Do they have that in Texas? Where they like,
D, you talking about DQ, Dairy Queen?
no,
I fuck with Dairy Queen, bro. That shit good.
the chicken strips with the
Get
gravy,
that
bro.
blizzard, that damn blizzard be busted. No, no, fucking with you.
I don't know. Well, because all states are different. I was in Oregon in a very liberal
Y'all don't
county
have no
where,
DQ out there in Oregon
yep,
now. You ain't finna
yeah,
tell me. Hold on. Y'all got a DQ out there in Arizona?
yes,
No,
Phoenix has
no.
everything.
DQ is Texas, bro. The commercials, DQ. That's what I like about Texas. Come on, bro. Like, y'all
Well,
don't
yeah,
have that.
yeah,
Y'all
but
don't have that.
I feel like Texas would have like special rules because like people there are extra fat, like the Texas, and then the more south you get, bro, it's just like if
And
you're
then
not,
Wendy's, they had the Texas double. So I'm like,
yeah,
I didn't think it was out there in Oregon or,
well,
you
yeah, but
know.
then on the flip side, there's I like to play poker. They got Texas Hold'em. You can't even gamble legally in Texas. So why is it called Texas Hold'em? I did
Oh, you
find
fucking
I
know.
did find last time I was there, I was with remember Bobby? He, he was like
The Mexican guy?
he's like I think he's maybe Mexican and black, but and he had glasses. We ended up hanging out with him that night, and then we went to he like started working at Hyenas after that for a little bit as like a security.
Oh,
Uh, I don't know. He said he knows everyone who's on the show, so probably know him.
yeah.
But what was
Probably
I
can
gonna
see him.
what was I gonna say about? Well, oh yeah, he took me to like some nasty underground card room when I was there. I was like, "You got poker here?" It was just like you do, but it's
Underground card room.
mm-hmm.
That sounds kinky.
Yeah, dude, it was gross. It was like there was garbage on the floor, and the floors were all stained. They just had like this broken soda machine in the corner.
They be in there gambling.
Oh yeah, it's like all Asian and Indian people, and then like one or two old dudes that just wasn't trying to go home to their wife.
Boy, because they done lost all their damn money.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that one
dude.
of them places you got to know like a certain name? You got to go in there and say maple
Uh,
syrup on a
no,
Wednesday.
that's it's not it's not it's not that it's not that bad, but
Yeah.
you gotta set up like a profile with them, and then
Oh,
they charge you like per hour to play there. So it's not even ideal
oh,
if you're not winning hands and then some.
you losing.
Yeah, it's that's what some casinos will do. Like when you play poker, because they'll have their poker rooms because you're not playing against the house, but like every hand, like when you put the I don't know if you play poker, but when you put the blinds
Mm.
in to start, two people at the table have to put in like there's like a minimum bet that has to go to start the pot, and it circles around, but one person has to put in the big blind and a person puts in the small blind, and they take like one of those chips and they put it in like their little jar.
Man, if they had like some underground Uno shit, boy, it's like I'm airing everybody out. Don't let them get an underground Uno tournament. Shit. Tell all them Asian niggas meet me down there. No, man. Tell them meet me in the underground Uno spot. No, I'm playing.
I feel like Asian dudes would love yelling at Uno, bro.
I don't think they play Uno,
No,
bro. I ain't
no,
never
fuck,
seen
no, fuck you, no, fuck you, no, Uno, no, fuck
it.
you, Uno.
You draw two.
Yeah, the Vietnamese in particular love to gamble, dude.
Yeah.
All the casinos, there's so many of them just ripping
When I be
cigs.
seeing that shit on ESPN, it always be some Asian dude be serious than a motherfucker.
Yeah, dude.
Professional gambler type shit.
Yeah, I was on that for a minute. Yeah, I think maybe I want to get into doing
I mean, you
gambling
hit on
or
the
playing.
well. I'm about to put your business out there right now. You know, yeah, that's kind of gambling. You know, the scratch offs and shit like
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh yeah. No, I do scratch offs. I'll go to the casino. I don't gamble a lot though. I set a limit to what I'm gonna do. I was doing Texas Hold'em for a minute, and I was like deep in it. I
So
was like
what is
winning like
Texas Hold'em? Is that some lotto shit?
no, that's poker. That's poker. And I was doing that online, and then I was doing it at the casino. Um, I bought like a bunch of books, bought like some software, and was like studying poker every day. And I went and did this tournament, probably like 30 minutes from my house. I ended up taking second place, first time ever doing
Damn.
a tournament. Yeah, out of like go for like 100 something people, and I just really never kept up with it because like you either got to have enough because you're gonna lose when you gamble, but you need to have enough money to like lose. It's just like investing, but can't call it investing. But you're gonna go up and down like this, and you need to be able to have some days where you're gonna take some L's because it's gonna happen. Versus like that's called having a bankroll. So you got to have like when I got into sports betting. The bankroll is just like 1 to 3%, or your unit size of what you bet on a bet is like 1 to 3% of your entire bankroll. And then you should have like daily and weekly limits on how much you're gonna bet. And if you're really confident, like my bankroll started at like 200, and I grew it to like 800 something. And I started with like $3 units, and then I was doing like $20 units like per bet. It was just slowly growing it, and then I had bills to pay, and then I was like, fuck, I lost had to take out like half my money, and then I was like, fuck, I need to get back to this number, and then I just started throwing out.
You ever you hit on the sports betting?
Oh, dude, it's insane. I would have never
You used to hit on them?
Yeah, I never did like I said, I never would try. Like most people that do it will try and just hit like these crazy parlays that like turn a $5 bet into like $20,000. But I was just trying to like turn 5 to 10 and 10 to 20, and then slowly grow it. And I would make a bunch of bets. It's like I was using like I did a lot of player prop betting, so like people's points and rebounds and shit like that. And
What was you doing that on?
I was doing all the apps, dude. There's so many out here. I was FanDuel, DraftKings, ESPN Bet, Caesar Sportsbook, BetMGM. There's more. There's like
So you don't do it no more?
I still will. But like dude, when I won 20,000 off a $3 scratch off ticket, I was like, I feel like I won at gambling. Like I never got into gambling because things were going good. I was just looking for
just doing it.
Well,
A
yeah,
rush.
The thing with me, I mean, I'm a comedian. And anything else is like taking away from that. And so even if I'm good at it and I'm making money, I just eventually will quit because I just don't enjoy it. I did enjoy doing sports betting because I've always been a sports guy, and I kind of think I fell off of sports for a few years, and then that brought me back into like watching everything. Like I'll be watching WNBA games. I'll watch a full 9 innings of baseball. Like it definitely keeps you engaged in the game because now you have something invested in it.
I remember I had a little bet going on, and we was betting like the over and under, I guess, on like the outcome of the total score of the game, and this is when I knew it was some BS going on. It was like they stopped playing at a certain time. I was like, bro, y'all still can play. It's still time left. All of a sudden, it got to a certain number that it's just it's like somebody called and said, hey, don't nobody shoot no more, don't nobody foul no more, don't nobody do nothing no more. Just I'm like, bro, y'all still can hoop. I was mad in the mud, bro.
You know what? Yeah, I had a situation like that. I was doing a spread bet. You know how those work?
Not really.
Okay, so if a team will either be plus 5.5 or minus 5.5, and it'll change throughout the game for live betting. But basically, if you're plus 5.5, that means you're the underdog. You have to lose. So if you're like, I'm gonna take Gonzaga at plus 5.5, that means you're gonna take them to lose by less than 5.5 points, or they could win. And then on the other side, the favorite would be minus 5.5. Where you're like, okay, I'm gonna take Kansas to win by more than 5.5, and that's what it's called, handicapping. That's how you make the game even, and that's how the sports book makes money. It's like if it's minus 110, you know what I'm talking about? You see the odds, let's say like minus 110 on each side. That means if you put 100 down on this team spread, and another person puts 100 down on this team spread, the winner is going to get their money back plus $90. But two people are putting 100 in, and there's 200, so the book's going to take the other $10, and that's basically how they do it. And then as more people maybe pick And that's where you're seeing stuff where you're like Temple University. Did you see their basketball team is like under investigation for gambling on their games, like their whole
I did not
program?
know that.
Because so what happens is like if a bunch of people are betting on one side of that spread, they start moving the spread up more, and it starts
Hmm.
changing to even out all that stuff. And Temple started out as like it was like either a 2.5 or 3.5 point underdog, and within like 30 minutes before tip off, hit like it's something like that, like crazy fast amount of time. All this money was bet on this spread, and it pushed it all the way to like 8.5 points, and then they lost by like 28 points. And sports books are a business. Like if you do too good at sports betting, they will kick you out. They do that all the time. Like, so even when
Wow.
you do get good at it, they'll just kick you out. Like, yeah, you're taking too much from us. You know what you're doing, can't have you. But that's how Jonte Porter got caught. Was betting $80,000 on a parlay that's including Jonte Porter stats and some other things. And they're like, that's weird that somebody would bet that much on this specific guy who just happened to
Yeah.
get hurt 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they get if they have things that get flagged that's suspicious behavior, and so that happened with them. Anyways,
These dudes stay getting caught up.
well, I mean, I'm like, who knows? If you're in financial trouble or something, you're like, I could just put a bet down on the game today.
Yeah.
And then this is the one where I was like, yeah, there's something fishy about this. It was a WNBA game, bro.
God damn, they doing it in the WNBA too?
I feel like that's where you would do it because they actually don't make money in the WNBA. Like I remember,
Oh, a female did it.
yeah, dude, it was I there's another sports book out here that was like, if you make $150 bet, we'll give you this much in bonus bets after your bet clears, whatever. So I was like, okay, I'll bet $50. It's the summertime thing to bet on right now is WNBA. So I bet on like a Connecticut Sun, LA or Vegas Aces game or something like that, and the spread was
Yeah.
5.5. Spread was 5.5. I took the Sun plus 5.5, so to lose by less than 5.5. Dude, tell me why they were getting blown out. Then they brought it back. They actually took a lead. Then it was like back and forth, and then Vegas made some free throws to go up just 6 points, just right over what we needed. And then 30 seconds left on the clock, the girl gets the inbound and holds the ball. They didn't even try and take a shot.
Wow.
You could easily score and get a steal, or they could miss a free throw and
Yeah.
score again in the game. I was like, she just held the ball at half court.
Weird.
Like, I was like,
That's it.
yeah. And then I had another situation where this was not anybody like my friend betting. My friend played at Portland State, and just like small D1, and the spread on the game was, I believe, 12.5, and they were losing by 14, and there was like 10 seconds left on the clock, and dude was just dribbling it out. My friend went up, did like he was gonna shake his hand, and stole the ball from him and took it for a dunk at the end. So they ended up losing by 12, and yeah, a lot of people like accused him of that, but it wasn't.
Oh,
He was just being himself. But like, so sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But nowadays, dude, with it so widespread, like I think it's inevitable that it's going to happen. And so you don't even know if you're watching the game if your guy is even there for the team tonight.
yeah. He may be playing for the bet.
Yeah, pretty much. I was gonna say with the Mavs, dude. When I fell off of being a Trailblazers fan, I became a big Mavs fan because I love Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah.
I would go to every Dallas game when they come to Portland wearing his jersey, and then Portland fans are ruthless too. But yeah, Dirk, that Dirk championship team.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't even the best Mavericks team they ever had either.
It really wasn't.
The year they lost,
It really wasn't. It
was
was,
probably the best. The year they lost the Heat.
yeah.
I know that one.
Yeah. '06, man, that shit still hurt. That
Yeah, you
shit
always think
still
of
hurt.
it's always the championships you didn't win, bro. Like my my football team's the Seahawks, and never expected them to win anything, and then they did make it one year against the Steelers, and the refs like rigged that game like a motherfucker. They came out years later and they were like, "Yeah, the refs fucked that game." And then the next time they did win the Super Bowl, they won like 43-8, blowout.
Yeah,
And then the next year's when he threw that pick on the 1 yard line. The only Super
rigged.
Bowls, the only Super Bowls I remember and like think about are the two that we lost, not the one that we won.
Yeah, I really don't even really remember the one against Pittsburgh. Like, I don't remember what happened for them to say the
It,
refs cheated.
it was like a really low scoring game, and there was a play that they called like a terrible holding. Like the Seahawks threw like a pass to the 1 yard line, and it was either gonna tie the game or maybe even give them a lead. And they called a holding that was like what holding? And then there's like a goal line play where it shouldn't have been a touchdown, and they called a touchdown. And there's like one other like penalty that they called that was like a horrible call that completely changed the outcome of the game. Like, and it was a really low scoring game. I think it's like the final score is like I think it was like 16-7 or something. It was really low scoring. So it's a pretty boring game. I don't know, man. Yeah, after college, I was like, yes, putting on another grown man's jersey and watching sports kind of gay, bro. But it's like, because I don't know, you know, you meet these dudes and you like hung out with them, and then you're like, I'm gonna wear this jersey. He
I ain't
wouldn't
gonna
allow
lie. I wore my Kyrie Irving graphic tee yesterday watching the man. And I think about, I'm like, I'm older than this nigga.
right.
I'm older than Kyrie, but I fools with Kyrie, bro. Like, the Mavericks, we ain't never had a player like that come to the Mavericks, bro. We don't ever get players like a big name. You know what I mean? You think about a big
You get
name
the
player that we had
Jason Kidd.
that we didn't draft. I'm talking about came to us in the prime of their career. Like, anytime it was like a big name free agent,
Steve Nash. You got Steve Nash.
we Steve Nash, nobody would. We made Steve Nash, and he left us and went to Phoenix. I'm talking about like how Deron Williams was a free agent, and his ass went to Brooklyn or New Jersey instead of coming to Dallas.
Mm,
We could have got motherfucking DeAndre Jordan in his prime. He chose to stay with the Clippers. And then they always come back to Dallas when they washed up. Deron Williams came to Dallas at the end of his career when he done both his knees jacked up. DeAndre Jordan came to us when he was washed up and still. It's like, bro, y'all always come back, but when y'all was in y'all prime, y'all never come. Like, I don't get it. But Kyrie is like the first guy we got in free
yeah,
agency or through a trade in their prime,
yeah.
and a big name. You know what I'm saying?
And then, well, that's tough. I
So
think with the whole with COVID and his stance on it and being like, nah, fuck you. He was like the Aaron Rodgers of the NBA
yeah,
doing
he was
that.
like Kanye West, and that's
Yeah.
and that's one thing I like about him too. Like, he speak his mind type shit. Like,
Well, yeah, he's smart.
he's he spoke on flat Earth. Yeah, I mean, people call him crazy and all type of shit, but it's just the fact he'll do that. And I'm the type of
Yeah.
comedian, like, I be speaking about all type of conspiracies, and people
Right.
ostracize me and
Right.
call me crazy and, bully me on Instagram, or I mean on Facebook, just because I don't believe what they believe and whoop de whoop. So I just kind of related with Kyrie, dog,
Oh
and
yeah.
I'm
Well,
just kind of
he's
happy with the man.
yeah, he's
I'm not a flat earther though. I'm a hollow earther.
yeah. Yeah, I'm a square earther, man.
Shout out to Hollow Earth.
Dude. I mean, I it's I feel like people in general, that's one of the reasons I call this podcast a funny truth, is like people uh, are so, especially people who laugh, like if you ask a question about something you don't know and they're like, you don't know that. It's like, no, that's why I asked the fucking question.
Yeah,
It's like they'll laugh at you for asking a question, like they know everything, whereas like people that are usually pretty smart know that they don't know anything. In my opinion, like
Oh yeah,
the more I read, the more I do something. I'm like, man, I don't know.
I
And then
don't know shit.
you're just taking for granted what I mean. I assume gravity exists, but I'm just taking the word of what everything in the books has said. I haven't personally proved gravity. Put the
Exactly,
put the equation together.
exactly.
Everything everything's regurgitation, and that's where like I think where America's gone south is we've all the colleges are pretty much just all bought out by corporation, and same with the government. It's all they're making all the moves,
Hmm.
like like all the like the John Rockefeller like story I've seen on him where he I think it was New York University. Is either that or Northwestern, one of the two. And he was like, I'll fund your entire medical program, but you have to use my textbooks and this teaching. And it's like the textbooks for like medical students is just written by a lot of pharmaceutical companies. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right. And then you got people like a Dr. Sebi who's like, yeah, it's just dead, dude. I don't know what happened. Crazy.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, there's yeah. Did you ever watch I watched the Cat Williams Joe Rogan podcast, and they're just talking about Cat was just talking about God already put everything on this earth that the humans need. Like it's not here by accident. You
Yeah.
falling asleep? You falling asleep?
No, I was trying to think of something Cat said. I know I ain't watched that whole pod, but I remember one conspiracy he was talking about with the Smurfs.
Well, that's he talked about that on Joe.
Do you know what I'm talking
Rogan.
about? The
I think
Smurf. He said something with a H. I forgot the name of the word.
yes, yeah. Like a certain like civilization of people.
It was like it was something that don't have a mom or a dad that you can fucking create. Like I wish I could look it up, but I only have one phone.
Yeah. But the reason that like all these stories and cartoons and like in general like stories exist is because it came from something. And that's what he was saying. It's like there's a reason that there's these stories of Bigfoot and these stories of
Bigfoot is
ET.
in Hollow Earth.
Bigfoot. I,
Bigfoot, Tupac, all them niggas is in Hollow Earth playing
all this
2K.
on the same token, like how they're like all the shit's hidden in Antarctica. I'm like, I don't doubt that, but I also don't think I would get on a plane to go out there and figure out and see for myself. That sounds. What if it's really just the Antarctica that they say it is? It's just like negative 30 degrees, and you can't live there. It's like not survivable. But I could also see them telling you it's not survivable, so that you would
So
never go.
your ass don't even think about going.
Right. That
Because
would
we
make
don't want
sense.
you to even see what the fuck is over there.
Yeah, that would make total sense
Why
to
not
have a.
control a motherfucker with fear? That's a
And then
big
like,
way to control them.
oh yeah, well, yeah, fear of yeah, and then like I think for men, like the biggest thing you could fear is like, yeah, I'll just come after your family, and it's like, okay, fine, I won't go explore. I'm sorry, won't do it. I'll stop telling the truth.
So
Stop.
have you heard any theories about Hollow Earth?
I haven't not too many on the Hollow Earth, man. I haven't. No, it's not in my algorithm. I've seen most of them. What's most fascinating to you, or what is it about Hollow Earth that makes you go, maybe we have something here?
Uh, I don't know. I feel like they don't talk about it that much,
Okay,
and I feel like Flat Earth is like the distraction.
okay,
You know,
yeah.
they distract you with that, but trying to keep you from knowing about Hollow Earth. You know what I mean? But they be talking about it in some movies and shit, like that new King Kong and Godzilla movie. They had Hollow Earth in there, and it's
You
been
went and
some
saw King
movies.
Kong. You went and saw King Kong and Godzilla.
Hell no. I seen a clip on. Well, no, I think I did see it at the crib. I ain't go to the movies and see it. I can't go to the movies. I'm gonna go to sleep. That's just if I go sit down at the movies, they got them nice ass chairs. You put the recliner back. They selling liquor. I'm asleep. You know what I mean? I seen Equalizer 3. I fell asleep three times in that motherfucker. I
Yeah,
woke up, Denzel was still, Papa Denzel still in there trying to fight. I'm like, bro, this old, I'm not believing this Paw Denzel out here. All of a sudden he's a assassin ninja. All of a sudden he's a fucking Power Ranger. Like, nah, bro. You fucking Denzel Washington. Go do some Denzel Washington type shit. You know what I mean? Go
yeah.
be a detective or
You know
goddamn
what's I'd never seen
doctor.
I'd never seen Training Day till like last year.
Tripping.
My
That
friend
was peak Denzel there.
my friend made me watch it. He's like, you never, you know how you do that? I always feel like you could easily if you could, it's an easy way to tell if a girl is into you. If you just take any basic movie that's everybody for the most part has seen, and just be like, yeah, I've never seen that movie, and they'll be like, you've never seen that, and then they'll hit you with the gotta watch it together. So
That's how you know.
yeah, like for a white girl, like just tell them you never seen like Pirates of the Caribbean or Twilight or Star Wars. What's that? Never heard of that one, dude. Yeah,
And then
usually,
bam, next thing you know, you
yeah, yeah.
we
You
watching a
still
movie,
never seen it.
still never seen it. Like for real though.
I thought it was funny you said King Kong and Godzilla because I saw some dude post on Facebook. I think maybe somebody from high school was like, I just went and saw the new King Kong Godzilla and that movie sucked. Total ripoff. I was like, what the fuck? You paid money to go see King Kong versus Godzilla? Like, what you think
No,
you were
I
gonna get,
wouldn't,
bro?
bro. I'm
What?
not. Anytime I see a whole bunch of CGI and shit, I
Yeah.
don't think I want to watch it.
I
Cause
almost feel like some of these movies now, like here's a good white person movie, Lord of the Rings, really good movies. Uh, and there was like huge armies in these movies, but it's all they used like all real people, and then it was like crazy production, and maybe it doesn't look as nice because it's like what early mid 2000s, but then they made like the Hobbit, which was like another segment of this whole story, and it was all CGI, and it was like it looked better quality, but it's still like I feel like it took away
it's
from
missing that soul. It's missing that
exactly
soul in the movie.
right.
Yeah. Because it's too much technology. It's too quick. We can just put this here, put this green screen here, and then get on the computer and do that. We don't even need any actors for this. We can just da da da. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like, bro, it's not feeling the same. It's not hitting the same, bro. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's a lot of that shit.
AI is insane, dude. I was using I was just playing around with some software because I was looking for like a I was like I need to find a new like intro hook for my show, and I went and found the UFC announcer's voice, and I just like talked into my microphone and like yelled like he does, and then just put it in his voice, and it sounded just like him.
Damn.
Sounded just like him. My favorite AI dubs are the ones on TikTok where they be taking like the SpongeBob characters and making them sing like those like Fallout Boy songs.
And bro, and that's the thing with this shit that they just now giving us with this AI
Yeah,
voice
yeah, yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Imagine how long they probably been doing stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
this.
that's why I've always
That's
said
why when I be telling folks like, your favorite celebrity, they say, this person died in a long time
mm,
ago. Man, you crazy. Da, da, da. I'm like, it can be possible. They can still put out their music and have some lookalike roaming around, and
yeah.
and they just using some AI voice to record their music.
Oh, for sure, dude. I was watching a little clip of a podcast. It was you know who Jim Brewer is?
Nah.
I believe he's in Half Baked. So he's a really good comedian. He's in Like him and Roseanne were talking about Chappelle.
Oh yeah, Roseanne be on that shit.
Roseanne's down the rabbit hole, bro. She's
Yeah, she is the fucking rabbit. You get down in the hole, you fucking Roseanne there with a carrot, like, what's up? Let's talk. I'm like, yeah, you who I've been wanting to see.
let me
I
see.
like Roseanne.
He's this guy, dude. Jim Brewer's this guy from Half Baked.
Oh yeah, I figured that's who you was talking about because I know Half Baked, but I just don't know the name.
Really good stand up too. Like,
And he's like that on stage. Like,
oh, dude, he's
isn't his
so
stand up kind of like the character in Half Baked a little bit?
it's very
Or am I
goofy,
tripping?
dude. It's
Yeah, yeah.
similar to it, like almost a Jim Carrey, but like he'd be talking about like very serious stuff and then just like doing like childish sound effects and like
Yeah.
it's really funny. But he was talking about uh with this clip of Roseanne, he was talking about how like he was at a comedy festival and Dave came up to him and was like, yo, they visited me, like, and then he said it was like right before he left for Africa and all that shit, and then it's like when he came back, like I swear to God, that's not him. Yeah,
I'm glad somebody I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? I've been, you know what I mean? Like I be saying stuff like that, you know. I don't, you know, but people just look at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well,
'cause people ask me, I'll be like, I like, they be like, you like, I'll be like, I like Skinny Chappelle. That's what I always say. I like Skinny Chappelle, bro. I love Skinny Chappelle. Like this swole Chappelle, I mean, he be kind of funny, but I like Skinny Chappelle just like I like Backpack Ye. Like this new Ye, I don't be yaying with him. You know what I'm saying? Like I
yeah,
like Polo Ye. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like Skinny Chappelle. That's one of my favorites. You know what I mean? One of my favorites.
I think the thing is I don't everybody's dude. There's that other documentary that came out in 2020. It was on Netflix. It was
So
called
where you see what he said that in the interview? Oh, dude,
yeah. Let me see if I can
I want to
pull it
see
up.
that clip. That ain't pulled up on my algorithm. I wonder why that ain't popped up on my algorithm. They know I like that type of shit.
Let me see if I can uh, get on
I
TikTok real
likes
quick.
that type of shit. You think they gonna take TikTok away?
Dude, I was just reading an article about it yesterday, or like a post. Follow a couple like news things, and from what it sounds like, I think they're gonna do it because the
Damn.
company, the ByteDance, who owns TikTok, is like, yeah, America's only a small part of our whole business, and we don't want to sell it. And it's like,
Damn.
let's see if I can pull this up. Can you hear that on my screen? Can you hear this? Were you able to hear
I don't
anything?
hear shit.
Okay.
I don't hear nothing. But I be
Let's see.
telling people, bro, I like Skinny Chappelle, dog.
Let's see. Videos. Maybe I'll put it in
So
this.
he said it to Roseanne.
Um, yeah, it's like Roseanne, and there's one other person on there they were talking to. Let me see if I
And
can
he
send
said,
it
I
to you.
swear that's not him. That's real shit though. Cause I ain't never met him and I felt like, bro, that something about him don't seem, I don't know.
Let's
I
see.
mean,
Okay. Let's see if here, I'll play you the. Can you hear this?
yeah.
What happened between you two? Did you fall out? Or did you just go different ways?
No. We I think different ways, but I'll put something out there that I don't know if when we were filming we were filming a movie, And he also had a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
From HBO and or not HBO, Comedy Central, and all this shit, right?
The worst bunch of people on earth.
Horrid.
Damn.
While he was on the show, when it was blowing up, and we remember the Aspen Comedy Festival? I don't know.
It was fun. I did that too.
He came there, and he was freaked out. Yeah. I said, what's going on? And all I could say is he was visited. Yeah. That's what I think too. And when he told me who visited him, my heart stops for a second. I'm like, get the fuck. And I'll never forget, he went, you believe me, right? You believe me, Jim, right? And
Damn.
I could, he's like, they came to me. And he said the names. I'm like, get the fuck. And what happened? And then all of a sudden, he went to Africa. Yeah, that's what I remember happening. But they never really said what happened. Were you threatened? I mean, I don't know how much I don't have.
You can't.
That's none of my business. Okay. But I know for a fact.
He was corrected.
He said, correct. Yeah. He was, hey, by whoever it was. Hey, we need to have a conversation. Would you like some of your own coffee in your house? What? Yeah, like that heavy shit. And that's the first time, I would. And so when I saw him come back, it was a lot less communication. And maybe he just, maybe he just grows, whatever. But I can honestly say, maybe I'm crazy and I am crazy for saying this. When I saw him completely come back, I really questioned if that was him.
Yeah, I know, right? I think that's...
And I know that's really crazy.
I think those same things, yeah.
I know that's crazy.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, but the thing is so that Netflix documentary, it's called
and that's a dude that know him, worked with him on the movie, like know him. Like you can't even sit here and for me and other people to kind of be feeling that way, and people like, oh, y'all crazy. This dude really knew that dude. Yeah. He really knew Chappelle, like, and I'm like, nah, bro, something ain't right with that. But hey, it may be him. Maybe he grew up and grew and evolved, and yeah,
or maybe, yeah, dude. That's what I was gonna say. Like we, got you and me. We come across information like that maybe because how we are, especially as comedians. You just like, I'm just always seeing shit out of the world, and I'm like, this is all you can do is make jokes about it. But you just like, everyone's algorithm is different. So people who aren't like, some people's TikToks is just cooking videos and like and like crafts, arts and crafts, like homemade arts and crafts, and that's all they see. They don't see like, I see shit that's like, like I like riffed one time on stage, and I was like talking about how like on TikTok I'll see like a string of videos and be like, yo, the end of times are coming, but I might as well give myself to God now before it's too late. And then the very next video is like, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, or a Jewish psyop created to distract you. I was like, dude, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
it just keeps getting deeper. And you just, you come across all this stuff, and I hate how like, I feel like TikTok's where I get the best information from. And
me too. That's why I hate it. It's gonna be gone, because that's the only place I can go get some left shit, some woke shit, some conspiracy shit or whatever.
I gotta take breaks from it, dude. I'll be miserable after I go scroll for an hour on TikTok. Like, I was blocking out what I had just watched.
TikTok had you scared to eat mustard. You'd be like, shit, bro, I just seen a TikTok about this, man. And it got fluoride.
You gotta use that as a bit, bro. That's funny.
That's a bit.
Got me afraid to eat mustard, bro.
That's real shit though. I see a TikTok about mustard. I'm like, damn, can't even fucking eat a hot dog. Can't enjoy a hot link, bro. But that's where I be going to get like the woke conspiracy left shit. You know what I mean? TikTok. You can't really go to YouTube.
No,
YouTube done got so commercial. Like you can't talk about shit.
everything's commercial. Even TikTok's commercial. Every like third TikTok I see now is like a TikTok shop. Um,
Yeah.
like I got approved to do it, where I could be like making TikToks to sell stuff. I'm not really interested in that, um, and TikTok's weird where you get censored on like certain words, or like you can't show a gun or like anything like that. But the crazy upside to it is like all this other shit that you can come across on there that you won't see on Instagram, you won't see on Facebook,
Yeah.
YouTube. It might be on YouTube, but you're not ever gonna find it because they will not let that get pushed to the top.
Yeah.
No, but TikTok. The craziest thing about TikTok is one, its algorithm like based on you. Like it shows every video is like a good video for the most part.
It's
And
something
then
you gonna like, huh?
yeah, and then the other thing is like the searchability of it. It's like you can find like videos that's like you can
That you
you
thought
might
was
search,
gone.
or you just like you're like, man, I don't even know what to call this video because it's like some dude doing this and this. Like, how do you even? There's no title
You
of
don't
it,
know how to search it.
but
But you can
TikTok
just
is
type in some bullshit and you fuck around and
Mhm.
find it.
So it's really good for that. So it's definitely it's like I I don't TikTok's. I think it's really commercialized though in the sense of when I was on it maybe a year ago or so. I had like a couple clips that like blew up. I had one that almost hit 1 million, and I would get like decent viewership on my clips. And then uh, like end of last year, I started really like pushing out my content with like a strategy, like at least like 2 to 3 videos a day for like a month, 2 months straight, and just like man, I'd be lucky to get 1,000 views, and they were
I think at
very
the beginning of TikTok, they was giving everybody a lot of views.
that's what you got
At
to do is uh, you got to
that
capitalize
beginning
on that.
stage.
Yeah, I had a friend who he he randomly made like some like what is it when you duet a video, and he did that, and then got like got like millions of views on it, and he was like, I'm gonna learn about TikTok, and he like a month later he grew like 100 to 100,000 people, and he was doing lives. So it was so funny walking in to like his apartment and watching him do like some gay little dance in front of the ring light and fucking it up and be like, fuck. I was like, is this what we're all becoming? Because I
Bro, you
kind of
see
hate.
the shit that black guy that be doing the Spider-Man shit on TikTok?
Uh.
He like he's acting like, thanks for the rose. Thanks for the rose. It's like he does all these gestures and people like, what do they call that? I guess they're pretending they're like AI or some shit. You remember when that was like a thing on
Mm-mm.
TikTok? Bro, that was like a wave. This dude was like basically pretending like he's Spider-Man and whatever they tip him with, he got some like gesture for it and he got to keep doing it. And he'll be posted
Oh
up
shit!
somewhere.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about when people be on live doing that.
Yeah. He'll be
Oh
posted
damn.
up at the gas station somewhere and like people just be fucking with him, like calling him whack and shit. And then he'll be doing his thing. Then all of a sudden he'll break character, be like, fuck you, man. Say that shit to my face. Come over here. Come over here then. Oh, thanks for the rose. Thanks for the rose. Bitch ass motherfucker, I'll whoop your ass.
Bro, yeah, bro,
I'm
yeah.
like, bro.
We're all sensitive, bro. Like, part of when you're getting enough attention on you, like when like stuff that I've posted or things that have been the most viral, a lot of mean comments come with those too, and I'm like, damn, bro. Like,
Bro, I ain't never had a viral video.
yeah, you gotta.
How you got like several of them? Like what do you do to get a viral video? You done went viral on TikTok, Instagram.
I think one is good, like a good content piece for sure. It's got to be quality, and then also the quality of the video. I think matters. It's not everything, but it's still like for stand up, those high def videos that are like if you could have multiple camera angles, which is what I'm trying to bring out to Dallas next week for our shows. Where you have multiple camera angles, like you're telling a joke and it pans here, and you can see like the crowd laughing, and then like it zooms in on you and zooms in. Because thing with like that I learned, I like went deep into learning all this stuff, and it was because like same with doing a podcast, but I just wanted to do comedy, but I'm like, okay, I got to do this other shit too to you know stay ahead of the game or even be in the game a lot of time. But uh, the formula on all these videos, like your first 3 seconds has to have a hook. It's got to get somebody. So like you do that by putting a caption up there, like, what do you guys think about this? Or asking a question or something. So someone like will stand, because all those things want to see is that your video, like how much viewership is like, how long is your video on average being viewed? And
Yeah.
and so like a lot of people have success with doing like a 6-second video. Just because it's like looping multiple times. And then if you can have a bunch of comments in the video, then everyone's sitting there trying to comment and fight in the comment section. But while that's happening, the video is going like this, and that's really important. Versus, there's also like doing like TikTok also has like you can do like 10-minute videos on TikTok too. Some people have blown up off that. The crazy thing is there's no answer, there's no correct answer. There's all these like subtleties and like you can look for, like, and then like
I be
the edit
posting my
mode.
shit. I be feeling like you don't get nothing, but
It's probably the quality. Like you're just like a lot of time from the side. It's not even zoomed in. It's a little grainy. So like if you're thinking about someone else, like if you're thinking of yourself scrolling, would you stop on that video? Or you'd be like, or would you stop on
yeah,
it?
I'm gonna watch that video.
Maybe.
You said you somebody else scrolling. Would you stop on that video? Probably not.
That's yeah. It's got like
So what you said? I gotta get like a high def camera. I thought I got an iPhone 14. What the fuck? Ain't
well
that what
yeah.
everybody?
Wouldn't like depends what kind of content you're posting to, like for stand-up clips in particular, like those are better with you know
A real
super like
camera.
yeah. I mean, iPhones are really nice cameras, but it's not like you can be at the club like putting the camera up, versus like that camera that I sent you that I have. Like, dude, the lens on it alone is like this big. Like it can, and then like when I go into edit, I can zoom in and it's not even gonna lose like its quality on the zoom because it's like so nice. And like if you got to film from the back of a comedy club, uh, you need it to still be sharp, and also pick up like there's another tool that I got that comes with that specific camera that you can plug in like the microphone sound system that the club is using to it. So the audio that's coming out of the camera is coming from the microphone on stage, even if it's like
Mm.
300 feet back, you can still have that audio going. And then you just so for stand up, yeah. And then like captions are important. And even if it's a great clip, like it still might not work. The other thing is post it again. Like just try posting it again. And like, dude, I had a video that did 2 million views, and then I posted it again. I got like 2,000 views, and but I think I posted that same joke. It was a higher quality video too. I posted that same joke like earlier on when I started comedy, when I was at Wise Guys, and it was a really good clip, like as far as quality goes, and sound, but it got like maybe like 10,000 views. And then I did it again at a different show. I wouldn't say the camera angle was even as good or the camera was as good, but got like over 2 million views. I don't. So sometimes reposting it, and that works too. And then you just maybe make some edits. Yeah, and then putting like a nice thumbnail on it too. Like if someone sees one video of you and goes to your page and sees all these videos that like look like something they would want to click on. So you kind of just look at what's working for other people and kind of emulate that and put your own twist on it. But I don't know. I'm also kind of a nerd with stuff, so I like getting in the lab and like editing stuff up and playing around. But not a lot of people want to do that. So you either have to do it yourself or you have to pay somebody to do it. And like people that I feel like that's the thing, like people at the top of the comedy game that have been there for a long time, their advice on what to do in comedy, I just don't feel like is really good advice for somebody trying to come up. Like maybe there's other parts maybe about the business or, being a good comedian, but as far as like social medias and stuff, like there's comedians that don't even have to make a post and they'll just create a profile and they can have 1 million followers because they just created a profile because of their brand that already exists. So, and then those people can easily have a management team handle all that, production and everything for them. So they can just focus on being a comedian and everything's booked. We got at where we're at, we're pretty much in charge of our own bookings, our own schedules, writing consistently and having new stuff. So making sure that we're going places to, and that's the other thing I think the hardest part as the comedian is, I think I realized early on what environment I need to be in for like comedy to do well. Like, people can't be on their phones, and people need to pay some sort of price to get in, because if they don't, they're not going to appreciate it. And then the way the building is set up, the lighting is set up, I mean, it's all very much like an art and a science that goes into it. And so my point is getting like the stage time. I think maybe in the very beginning, if you're not comfortable speaking in front of people, sure, hit as many mics as you need to. But then like it can almost hurt you going to a shitty mic, because you'll have I'll drop this new joke that like I thought was funny. All the people that I tried to slip it into a conversation with laughed at it. And I went to this open mic and it's just like nobody laughed. But also, were they even paying attention? Like, because it wasn't just some stupid like cum joke or something. Nobody laughed. It's not really, it doesn't translate. And then
I've been having, what have you ever had where jokes hit at an open mic and then you go to a show and
yeah,
people just at the show not connecting with the joke?
yeah. I mean, it works the same way around. Like, it's just like basketball, bro. Like playing at a 24-hour fitness is not the same as like playing a game where you have done a scouting report and you've played these guys before. You've been, you know what I mean? Like you can't really compare the two. There's certain similarities. Like that move kills at 24-hour fitness, but
Yeah.
it doesn't kill. Your coach would bench you the rest of the game if you tried to do that in a game, type of thing. And then like performing at a comedy club is just like, and so my point is when you're trying to work on new stuff, which you have to continuously try new stuff, and if it doesn't work, that's fine, but I want like the best feedback I can get. If it doesn't work here, then it's not good. Then at least I gave it its best shot in front of a crowd that paid money to be there and is quiet. And if it didn't work, then that's on me. I'm like, it's something I did. But because I think it's 50-50. And then the crowds are crowds, but you just find you need a place that you can consistently go to try new stuff in front of those kinds of crowds, and only limited people have access to that. Like if you are already a big name, if you're a Theo Vaughn or Trevor Wallace, you can be at the Hollywood when you're not traveling Friday through Sunday or Thursday through Sunday touring. Monday through Wednesday, you can be at the Laugh Factory, you can be at the Comedy Store, these places that on weekdays you can practice your new stuff. And I think that's the most frustrating part. I think where I'm at with comedy is I don't have a place that I can consistently go to on like a weekly basis to try out new stuff, because I always have new stuff. And then when I do get that chance, like you only got 3 minutes or 5 minutes, and it's like I got like 15 new minutes of stuff. Maybe only 1 minute of it's good, but I got to figure out which minute it is.
Yeah.
I need to cycle through that. And there's and then also the pay discrepancies. Like, man, you if you're just hosting, bro, man, it's like it costs you more money to get to the
To
gig.
get to them motherfuckers.
Feature money is like, yeah, you might break even. But yeah, like, and then the headliner, I mean, and that's headliner's one who puts the people in the seats. Like, that's why they're the headliner. But they're getting headliner pay, they're getting merch sales. And if you're at like the top levels, bro, you probably got a podcast that's booming. You probably got a Patreon that's getting monthly subscription. You're getting booked at all the biggest clubs that are paying you like a shit ton of money. And then, but if you're not at that, you're doing things like betting on sports or working some day job that's taken away from. Do you have a day job that you do?
Man, I do.
Yeah. What do you
And I'm
do for
tired
work?
of them motherfuckers. Like a forklift operator.
Oh, forklift certified, bro?
Yeah. Boy, man, my back aching right now thinking about it.
Oh,
So,
dude.
as
Warehouse
soon
work
as you
is
said something about work, I just,
yeah, yeah,
eh.
yeah. It's but that, dude, that takes away from your energy. If I have to do that kind of work outside of comedy, I prefer to do. I've done a lot of sales and like stuff, remote type of stuff. Doing a labor type of work is, I still feel like I have energy to do creative work. But like if I'm sitting like talking on the phone all day doing sales, so by the end of the day, my brain's toast. I don't want to think about anything, and that makes it harder as well. Uh, so
So you saying doing
there's
sales, you couldn't do comedy doing sales.
I did comedy doing sales. It's just when I started comedy, I was doing grocery delivery. I was just doing decent money for what it was, and then I could just like stop whenever I needed to, and then just like go to an open mic, and then I could write in the morning before I started work, or I could write after the open mic or something. But uh, yeah, and then I don't know. It's just comedy. It's so funny to me when people will come up to you after shows and be like, "I always wanted to be a comedian." I'm like, "So so you're telling me life's not going good? Is that what you're saying?" Like, because I don't know, dude. If you just see what you see at the very top and be like, "I want to be that." It's like, and if you
Yeah,
do, it's like what I'm I'm going for it. There's a lot of the stuff that you won't see that's miserable
yeah,
work, and sometimes let let it slide when people talk to you a certain way, because if you don't, then then you might not be able to get gigs
booked.
at this place, and you're like, I gotta put up with politics on stuff. It's like I really have never been good at that, but I've definitely like damaged relationships with people that book shows just because not even intentionally, like I'm gonna fucking just like they say some stupid shit or they do some stupid shit, and I'm gonna let you know that was some stupid shit, and that's part of it. Hate that, because yeah, when you're not a big name, once you're a big name, that gets you booked. Like, clubs don't
Yeah.
even care. They don't even care if you can do stand-up comedy. They're like, if you can sell this place out, you're a headliner.
Nigga had no integrity for the art.
No, and like, I think, yeah, people who come up in stand-up don't like that, but I'm like, that is the game. That is how that goes. So if you can blend both, then you can make something happen. But if and then once you're at that level too, like the clubs will bend over backwards for you. Just, oh yeah, right away, we'll get to for you right away. If
Yeah,
you're
what do
like,
you
nah,
need?
I don't want him as my opener. Like the guy that's been booked by the club for months, you're like, nah, I'm bringing my own. Tell that guy to eat shit. And yeah, so yeah, he said to eat shit.
Yeah, that's sound about right.
Yeah. So it sucks when you don't have that pull and you pretty much have to You have to do all these other things just to get your 5 to 10 minutes on stage, just so you can, get better at what you're doing and maybe make a couple new fans and followers. So yeah, the hardest part is not the comedy. The comedy is the easiest part of this for me personally. Like being on stage and going up there even for an hour, like, yeah, that's fine. It's all the other stuff. It's emotionally and physically taxing. And then my advice is to get a girlfriend who works full time.
Yeah.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
No. I started dating this girl last year, and she's been super helpful. She helped me.
Damn.
Cause I got my car repossessed. It's like second year in comedy. I got my car repoed. I can't get to shows. Yeah, so
Damn.
she would take me to a lot of my shows, and then just lets me use her car a lot of the time.
How did car get repoed?
Well,
So laughing.
when
I stopped paying the
comedy,
bill.
yeah. Well, when I started comedy, I was doing grocery delivery, and I could make like 1,000, like 1,500 a week doing that. And then, dude, out of nowhere, they just were like, my app like froze when I was in the middle of shopping, and they were like, I called them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you've been terminated." And I was like, "What? Can you tell me why?" And they're like, "Nope, no explanation." And then they just,
What?
I was like, "Damn, well, my rent was due in like 2 days, so I guess I got to figure something else out." And then,
They said no explanation.
yeah, bro, I just hung up, click, and then, so
I
yeah,
would have filed for unemployment. You didn't get unemployment?
no, I got back into doing insurance sales. That's what I used to do, and but doing it remotely, and then was doing that. And I started making decent money, but it took like 2 months to actually like see a check, because you got to go through all this. Had to go through all this like training and licensing that they make you go through, and then even when you do start making sales, you don't see the check till like a couple weeks later. But like, I need my money right now, and so I got evicted from my apartment, and I had moved to a new place, and so I'm just trying to get everything back together, and then I opened up a bank account, and I think that's how they found my car, because I was like working. I just closed a big sale and was like, all right, I'm going to go to the store, get some food. And went outside, my car was gone. I was like, fuck.
Damn.
Dude, that was like, I just got booked for like a weekend at House of Comedy out here in Phoenix. Like, first time I got booked out there. And I was like, don't have a car. So now I'm going to maybe break even, or actually still have to spend more money than I'm going to get from working this weekend just for transportation,
The game.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I was like, yeah, I mean, you got me. I was going to pay it, but I just didn't have the money at that time. So I was a couple months behind, and then they came and took it. The crazy thing is then they send
For
you
a couple months?
Yeah.
Just 2 months?
They send you a letter. They send you a letter after they repo it and everything, and they're like, yeah, so you owe us the rest of the money for this car. I was like, if I already wasn't making payments, why do you think I'm just gonna
Start making payments. And now that you took it.
Because you sent me a letter and say I owe you 15 grand, you think I'm just gonna give you 15 grand? That's a bold assumption, man. So yeah, we lost that, but yeah, so she's just been a big help, because I had that. Now I sleep on an air mattress for a minute, and then the last roommate I had, dude, it turns out he's a felon, not for the good reasons, like for little kids and shit. And
damn.
Yeah, I moved out of there ASAP, and then I was sleeping on the couch for like probably like 6-7 months, and then my girlfriend and I started living together. So now I sleep on a bed. I have transportation places, and she's coming to the shows in Dallas. She helps with like if I can't afford my way out there, she's helped with me getting to like Philly and Dallas. So she's been huge help for that.
Damn.
Huge help. But yeah, that's the other thing. You get booked out of town. How are you going to get there? Are they going to pay for you? If you're not the headliner, are they going to pay for you?
No.
Now, where else have you performed? I feel like I'd like to see you get out. At least definitely Phoenix. Great venues out here, but I want to see you out performing other places. You basically run Dallas. That's from what it looks like.
Man, I've been to Atlanta. I did Laughing Skull Festival. Been to Sacramento. Been to Indiana. Been to Kansas.
You did World Series of Comedy. Did you go to the Vegas one too? Because you won one of the satellites, right?
Cities. Yeah, I won one of the, but no, I didn't go to Vegas.
You didn't go to Vegas? Was
No,
it
I didn't go.
because you didn't have the money to make it out there?
Yeah, I was just looking like this is
See,
like costing me more. Cause like, bro, when I won the one city, he was trying to get me to go somewhere else. I was like, bro, like,
right?
are you
Yeah.
gonna pay for me to go out there? He wanted me to
Oh
go to
no.
Florida or something. They was going. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
like it was hell for me to come to Indiana. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you want me
Exactly.
to just like fly to Florida, bro? Like y'all the one. I start looking at it like y'all the ones making all the money. You know
Right.
what I mean? Y'all
Right. Yeah.
making the
There's
money and you using us as entertainment in these cities, bro. On the cool, like
yeah. There's yeah. That's the thing. Comedy festivals, you don't get some of them. Like the one I did in Slow this year, they actually paid for my hotel and like we got like 2 meals a day. So like those expenses were at least covered, which is more than what you can say for a lot of other things. But festivals are important, but they also it's whole you gotta look at it as an investment. It's like
yeah,
sometimes you don't have money to invest. Like I was stoked, dude. I was when the World Series of Comedy thing, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this and get to all these places. And then I actually got into one of the satellites and then it's like, oh, I can't afford to go there. There's no way.
yeah,
They told me like 2 weeks before. And I was like, yeah, how am I going to come up with? Because when you got to book a last minute flight. And then here's the other thing with that is you don't know because the way they set it up, like if you don't get like guaranteed spot on like what the Thursday or Friday segment, you could go there on a Wednesday, do 1 5-minute set, not
and
make
be
it.
out of it.
And then what? Am I supposed to book a flight then, or should I stay till Sunday and be in a hotel that I'm paying daily for and food and transportation
And
for?
I'm not even getting on stage.
Right. You could, I guess, go find other gigs out there while you're there, which is what I always try and do whenever I'm in a new city. But yeah, still, it's like it just doesn't seem. And with comedy contests, I never win comedy contests. It's always the same type of people that win comedy contests. When it's like it's always like the safe person usually wins the comedy contests.
The safe person.
The safe I've won them before, but like in most cases, like especially in Phoenix, the same people win the same contest, and they win them in other cities too. So I know that it's not just here that they do it, but
Yeah,
they're like, I feel like when clubs put on comedy contests, they're really just looking for a host that they can fucking abuse the shit out of.
yeah.
Be like, can you make it here in 30 minutes? Why not?
Get your ass
Yeah,
here.
pretty much. And then if you let them treat you like that, then yeah, that's what I feel like I've noticed with people with hosting. They get stuck as a host because the clubs will be like, "You're a really good host." You're like, I've been hosting here for 10 years, bro. Like,
Yeah,
it's weird. It's weird how the business works. There's a club here in Tucson. There's a really, dude, one of the best comedy clubs. It's my favorite that I perform at when I get to do it. It's one of those clubs that there's nothing to do in Tucson, Arizona. I mean, there is, but it's fucking not a lot. But it's just a comedy club that's got that brand. It doesn't matter who the headliner is; they sell out almost every weekend, and it's
uh,
an amazing environment. Um, the guy who got me in with that club was like, "If you can give me a ride when I had a car, if you can give me a ride, I'll get you some guest spots. So he got me some guest spots, and that led to me getting booked there for future work. But he's been like hosting at that club for like 10 years. And he's got a special out now, and he headlines other like way bigger comedy clubs. But the guy who books that club will only book him as a host. And fast forward another weekend, I'm booked there to host. Another comedian hits me up, "Hey man, how do you get booked there?" Blah blah. And I was like, "I'll see if I can get you a guest spot." And then the feature dropped out, and the guy put him at feature, and he crushed. And then like he from day one, he's a feature when he goes in that club. Versus, that's the
A
other thing.
host.
People, yeah, just they're.
About
It's
a
weird
low.
how that happens too. It's almost how you pitch yourself. You shouldn't pitch as a feature headliner until you're ready, but you almost don't work. You don't. A lot of clubs, you don't work your way up. Whatever you start at that club is what they see you as for the rest of the time being. In most cases,
Damn.
I think you have a. I think Dallas seems like it's like a nicer version of Phoenix. Like the people are just nicer. I feel like it's a city where you can work your way at your home club up to a headliner versus like because that's what you're doing next weekend. But like
Yeah.
a lot of clubs in Phoenix here, it's like my home club, man.
They keep you in a
They
box.
they won't book. We got some really good comedians out here. They will not book them to headline for a weekend. And it's another club that's like doesn't matter who the headliner is. They're gonna get their ticket sales because they have a good following for the business. Yeah, you don't get booked if you live in that city. So whatever city you live in most cases, that's just where you get your practice cuts in. But when you start traveling, you almost don't want to. You can't even afford to travel as a host. You can really only travel as maybe a feature or a headliner. But those
Yeah.
and
Maybe a feature.
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. I got booked as a feature at this club in El Paso. Have you ever done the comic strip in El Paso?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. This was like by a stroke of luck. I took a class on how to get booked for comedy. A lot of useful information in there, like on how to like structure your website and like reach out to bookers and all that kind of stuff. Which again, a lot of work, dude. Like sending out emails and trying to contact people, and it was just a stroke of luck. The dude was actually like fucked up and forgot to book for this weekend a headliner or a feature. I was just the first to respond to the email, so I got booked as the feature out there. And that one, dude, that was weird. That was weird, dude, because I feel like I had good sets, and I actually still talk to a lot of people that came to those shows that like followed me, and we talk on Instagram sometimes, and
Mm-hmm.
got like one of my sets got like 4 applause breaks. It was like
Mm.
ticket sales were pretty low because the dude forgot to put this thing on the calendar. So there was this like club that could seat 300 that had like maybe 20 people at every show.
Damn.
And but like still, dude. And then the headliner I was driving home with him, and he was like, so the booker said that he apologized to me for booking an opener as the feature this weekend. Blah blah. I was like, the motherfucker said that. I was like, I thought I did good. I mean, recorded the sets. It sounded like it went pretty well. And then he said I wasn't a feature. I was like, that's weird. It's just weird. That's another element. Did you not like the comedy? Was it me? So you're also dealing with that. I guess I like comedy to be like Cat Williams talked about on the Shannon Sharp one, I think, where he's like he just went and listened to everyone's sets and how much laughter they were getting. And
Yeah.
like, that's how he would check off he was better than them. I like that metric the best because I feel like a lot of times I get my style. I can tell a joke and then just pause for a while and just get a lot of laughs. And I'm not like a super like upbeat personality like um, what I think they want to see or something, or like someone trying to please the crowd or play to them. specifically. But I'm like, I got more laughs for sure than the people that they put in first, second, and third place. You just, I would like it to go off that metric more than a personal bias, because there's comedians that I'm like, I got to leave the room when they're performing. I can't listen to it, but they're crushing. And
Yeah.
if I was a booker, I would book that. If you have people that follow you and you crush, then I would book you, even if I don't like your comedy. Shit, I don't even like my own comedy most of the time. So, like, I don't even watch a lot of stand-up. I watch it to learn, but I don't watch it a whole lot. So it's got to be. And then
Yeah, I don't really watch shit that much either.
It's funny too, like how it's so subjective it is, because there's a comedian that I'll see. Did you ever watch Kill Tony?
What, that show? Like where they be roasting, or they go up there and do like a minute?
Yeah. The one that's in Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know who Casey Rocket is?
Mm-mm.
Oh, he had this crazy set, man. I was like, his act was so unique, and I was like, dude, that might be one of the best things I've ever seen. But then you go look at the comments, and half the comments are like, this guy fucking sucks. This isn't comedy. And I'm like, psh. But that's how you know it's good, is if a lot of people are commenting that, because obviously you're saying something for a reason. Why would you?
Bro, that audience is weird to me.
What audience?
That Kill Tony, Austin audience.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. This is something about some of the black comedians that they be pushing.
Like Cam Patterson?
I don't know their names, but it was one dude. It just seemed like you either doing some buffoonery, coonery, or you one of them ones that's like saying something so against black people that's like, damn. It's like, it's either you saying something so against black people that it's like, why is this black dude saying that? Or you just up there making us look like some buffoons. And I'm like, why it seem like that's what they be like? You just can't be black and just be funny and just and get some pub.
It's the same with music, movies, just TV. Like, like growing up, how I grew up. I just knew all the like old, like 80s, like white people music, good music, but like that's what. And then like my black friend, like, well, what your dad listen to? Growing up, he's like, R&B, bro. Like, but I would not know any of those bands. And it's the same with comedy, like Jim Brewer. Like I've watched a ton of his stuff. It's probably never even come in your feed. The only reason you know about him is because he was in that movie with Chappelle. But other than that, I've never heard of him. And it's the same with like a black comedian like that will be coming in town, or a Hispanic comedian. They'll be like, "You've never heard of this guy?" I'm like, "No, don't know who that is." He could have 1 million followers, and I've never heard of him. So everybody's. Yeah, so Kill Tony's definitely predicated towards like the Joe Rogan audience of people, for sure. And then they just like, oh yeah, they want their black people to be extra black.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just like it's like that with it's like that being in like with a bunch of black people too. Like they love it when I be extra white. Want to see me do some? They want to hype me up when I'm dancing. They want to. They like to see the stereotype come to fruition, I guess.
Yeah.
Because that's what they think they're supposed to see. Yeah, so like, you can't. I'm like, when I see someone like what you're talking about, like act like just super super black, like an idiot type of thing, like what maybe somebody who doesn't really hang around with black people would expect, and just do exactly that. And I don't know what he's saying, but it's funny.
Yeah. Like, that's the type of shit I'm like, bro, it be up there. Yeah, we love that Kool-Aid, man. I put Kool, just say some shit like that. I'm like, bro, why y'all acting like this funny? This is not funny. And when this boy get in a real situation, he gonna realize he's not funny. And you like, but those white people were laughing at me in Austin. No, they was laughing at your ass. They wasn't laughing with your ass.
Yeah, it's the same like the white guy who like his whole audience is black is Gary Owens. Like
Oh yeah.
he just that's just his people. That's his audience. That's why he's not famous, or as famous. I had no idea who Gary. Like when I first started, when I would do black rooms or like shows with like an all black lineup, and then me, they'd be like, "Bro, you're like Gary Owens." I'm like, who the fuck is Gary Owens? I don't know who that is.
They're like, bro, how you not know who Gary Old is?
Dude. My favorite open mic that I would consistently go to here was like a black room. Because like if it was bad, they're gonna let you know right away that it was bad. If it was good, it's like black rooms are funny because when you tell a good joke, they laugh and start talking to each other. And you're like, I'm used to being like, all right, laugh, then like I'm gonna talk more, but like no, I gotta let them get this out before I keep going. And
Yeah.
it definitely taught me like to like just slow down. I don't have to speed through this. Some people are like so nervous if they're not talking, and I'm like, you're ruining all the laughs because you're not letting anybody listen to you. So that yeah, I remember.
Really, they be ruining the joke. Like they supposed to just laugh, but like you say, they gotta laugh. And then, girl, yeah, I had went to Applebee's last week with Keisha. Yeah, you remember we did that. Hell yeah. And then go back to you. Like, what the fuck? Like, how y'all gonna have all this side talk in between the laugh and like, I got a tag, I got a hit, I got a
Right, bro.
like,
And I'm only up. I'm up here for 5 minutes. Yeah, dude. I have a clip. I was trying to post it, but for whatever reason, I couldn't. Something was messed up. Maybe I don't know. Not important, but it was. I just told this joke, and it got a bunch of laughs, and then I started the setup for the next joke, and I said my setup. I was like, yeah, my gam was super into astrology, and then you can just hear this black lady, and she's sitting in the front, and she's just ha ha ha, and then you hear this little conversation happening, and I had like another camera angle, and it was like, and it zooms in on her, and it's just her just talking, laughing,
just talking.
and then it was me just standing there, like I stopped everything, and I stood there and just like stared like that, and everybody else in the audience saw it and was laughing, and then like she's like eating her food, and then like looks up at me, just looking at her like this, and like get crushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I just didn't understand it at first. I was like, yo, shut the fuck up. Oh, that's just kind of how that
I
shit
still be
happened.
trying to understand it. I be like, bro, what the fuck? Like, it just
Yeah, because
throws your
it was
shit
like that
off.
one time. Yeah, it's like that one time. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, dog, just laugh.
Yeah,
Eat your
it does throw
food,
off.
laugh. Eat your food, laugh.
It does throw off the rhythm and timing. Like I did this show in Philadelphia, and it was crushing. But like this lady in the front just kept every single joke had to stop.
Gotta say
Like,
something.
full conversation, say something to me, and that full conversation with her boyfriend, and then like, all right, yeah. So and then like it's throwing off all my timing and stuff, but and ruins it for maybe some other people.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I liked doing that mic because it was like the best. It was one of the best. Like even though it was in a bar, I was getting like some of the best feedback on how I was doing. And if you're not doing well, bro, if you don't do well in the first 30 seconds, you might as well just put the microphone back up because probably not. You probably lost their attention already.
You ain't gonna get them back.
Their talking just gets louder and louder. It's like, I feel like it's almost like they're doing it on purpose. Like, does he not get the hint that he's not funny? Get him off the stage. So, yeah, you learn how to. I got to come in hot and be patient. And but I like doing black rooms. I feel like the black culture energy. They can. I feel like you guys can sense when someone's authentic versus not authentic. So like when I'm just being myself, I'm not thinking about like should I tell this joke to impress them because they're black, or like they will read that right away.
Damn.
Because I see people try and do that have also been in the rooms like, oh, I've never done a room like this, and they're trying way too hard instead of just being themselves, and that's why they don't do well. I think that's the thing. You should work hard on comedy, but don't try so hard. As far as like, just it's hard to tell someone to be themselves, but I feel like that's the whole key to the whole comedy thing is like the confidence in you just being yourself. And if it's funny, it will work. But like trying to be, I think that comes from what I see from people who have the qualities of being really good at stand up, is a self-awareness of like, I know I do this weird shit. That's what makes people laugh. Like I think like with you, it's just your subtleties a lot of the time. Just from the few times I've seen you, like the clip where you're just like telling your joke, and the dude answered his phone. He answered his phone call during your set.
Yeah.
You're just like, I can hear everything you're saying right now. I don't even know if you looked at it. You're just like, right, I can hear everything you're saying right now.
Bro, because that room's small, bro. And that was so cool that your homie, man, he was like, he'll record my set. And I was like, damn, I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. No, that was, he started getting more. We had a podcast together. This is what I'm starting. This is the first episode starting back, but we had a whole studio, and he was like at almost all my sets, and I was just getting all this film, taking it for granted. But then he started getting people, not comedians necessarily, but just people paying him a lot of money to like produce their podcast or record other events. And so it's just,
You had to go get that money.
You got to go where the money's at. And I was like, but yeah, that's why I went and got some cameras. I haven't been getting myself filmed. I'm just reposting a lot of stuff from like a year ago at this point.
Yeah. I posted a picture of me at the Mavs game. And I guess people thought I was at the Mavs game, but no, that was an old picture.
Oh, yeah, dude, I do that all the time. I'll post something and be like, bro, you got a haircut? I mean, I did get one this time. But like, or it'll be like, bro, you've been lifting weights, bro? I was like, that was from 2017.
Yeah.
That's why I always say like, repost old stuff, because like save it somewhere and have it and post it again, because it's like with comedy clips, it's about hitting new followers, and even your current followers are still going to be like, oh yeah, I like that joke, and they'll like it.
So you don't be worried about posting your material?
I think you have to post your material a lot of times, because joke stealing is a thing, and you may get accused of it, or you may see someone else rip your stuff off, and you'd be like, "No, I got timestamps, bro. I got receipts. This was posted at this time." So, yeah, because I find that it's weird, but like people will be like, "Oh, I wish you would have done that joke tonight." Like, I've already done that joke in front of you. I didn't think you wanted to hear it again. It's like, no. So it's just like, why would you watch a special a second time? You're looking at it, sometimes you gotta look at it from someone else's perspective, or hear someone say something like that to you and be like, oh, that's what you're thinking this whole time? Oh, okay, I can do that. Like, we write jokes that I'm like, this is my favorite joke.
Yeah.
And it's like, does okay. And then you write a joke, I'm like, you're like, this is fucking dumb, but it'll probably work. And it's like, do that joke again, bro. Fucking. You're like, I hate this joke so much, but okay.
I know what you mean.
It's the artist side. Yeah, you got to balance the artist and the business side with this, because it is a business. So I repost my stuff all the time, and sometimes I'll edit the clip too. Like, I'll cut out even more like filler time or anything that doesn't have to do with a setup or the punchline. I'll cut that out, or I'll cut out like the joke might be a minute long, but you only see 20 seconds of it. You'll see like one punchline. You won't see the full thing. Which, like with your clip that I cut up for you, I was proud of that one, bro. I was like, this is a good clip. That's a funny joke too. But you had a bunch of other stuff that led up to what you're saying as well. But that was probably the best punchline from it. And then you had stuff afterwards that you also talked about dealing with that. So like they get more, but it's an art to like I've seen someone post like a comedy clip and they didn't get towards it. It made you want to see more of it. You're like, wow, why is it only 30 seconds? And it's like,
Yeah.
we'll be at the improv this day through this day. Guess I gotta buy a ticket, bro. I gotta see this part. And then I'm at the show. I'm like, oh, he's doing that part. And,
He's doing that part.
Yeah, so it's almost like when you're doing promo like that, it's like a trailer.
Yeah.
Someone to be like, what does he say next? And that's or you have a really good joke that's like, well, if he's got one of those, he probably got more. And then you still throw that in. Because not everyone that's going to come to that show, those shows, is going to go because of that. But it's one thing that could bring people in. And then their friend hasn't seen it, and they bring their friend, and then their friend, I was telling you about. And they start talking to each other after you drop the punchline.
I hope we don't have none of that Friday shit.
So you said the club got revamped. We'll wrap this up. We're almost at 2 hours. It's gonna take a long time to edit, dude. But it's fine. Dallas Comedy Club. They revamped it recently.
Yeah, they revamped it, man. It's
What'd they do?
it's pretty dope. They put I guess a traditional stage instead of that long ass stage they had. That was, I guess, that improv stage. So it's like a traditional stage.
So it's like
it made it
elevated up and shorter. Like it's like
yeah,
smaller. Okay.
yeah. Put some different curtains up. I think they made it like longer or something. They just revamped it.
Okay. Yeah, I see they're getting bigger names booked there. It's like good for them. I remember I was there. I did that Dallas's funniest comedian contest like at the end of last year, and I just did it as an excuse to do a show in Dallas before I went to Austin, and then had a handful of people come out. It was an okay show, but it was like on a Sunday. Sunday shows are never ideal, just because it's Sunday. But it's in a great area. I think I'm excited to see what they did. Did they add more seats too?
Yeah.
Added more seats. Yeah. I haven't seen it. I haven't performed there where it's actually a full crowd. So I'll be curious to see how that works, because I was doing it to like mostly comedians in the front row, and then like maybe like 10 people.
Damn. Hopefully we can pop it off, man.
I made it to the second round, so I got two appearances at Dallas Comedy Club.
Yeah.
I think I know the bartender there too. Do you know what I'm talking about? I think his name's Mikey.
Yeah. I know Mike.
I told him that we're gonna be performing there, and he was like, "Oh, fuck, remind me, bro. I gotta meet." Yeah, hung out with him. He's a really funny dude.
Yeah, Mike.
There's a lot of people that work in the comedy clubs, like not the big ones, but like the small comedy clubs that like they don't get on stage enough because they're always working. They're working like 7 days a week at the comedy club, and and then I feel like the comedy club sees them as a worker and not a comedian, and so
not a comedian.
They have animosity towards the club now because they can't get stage time at the place that they're at every day, and they've done all this work for them. That's why I never wanted to work at a comedy club. If I was going to work at a comedy club, it would have to be a big one where they don't really know your name. Or like I've seen one guy, a couple people that have come out of Phoenix worked at like Stand Up Live and like started in like the kitchen or something, and then like they were able to like get some guest spots. And that Stand Up Live is like where the biggest names come. I think if they're not doing arena shows, that's where they would be at. You would get like a Cat Williams level, Eddie Murphy type of level comedian that would come through there. But that's what I've seen. But if it's like a B or C level comedy club and you want to do comedy, do not work at those comedy clubs, because I don't know what your idea was of getting a job there, but it's probably not going to be what you thought. So it's It's
Yeah.
it's I don't know. People are they have all these weird ambitions with comedy, but then I never see them perform anywhere or like trying to get on stage. There's so many different cases, dude. I hate that like you have the House of Comedy in Plano, right? When did you start doing comedy?
Me?
Yeah. I feel like you've been at it for a minute.
Like 9 years, man. Going on
Yeah.
10. Whatever that math is.
Did you because I know like with House of Comedy here, did they give a lot of local comedians guest spots on weekend shows?
Bro, they never gave me any weekend shows
Never gave
ever
you a
there.
weekend show? Did they ever give you like a guest spot though to do like 5 minutes? Really?
They given me like some random Tuesday show. They let me
What?
headline and close out a random Tuesday show. But just recently, she offered me a feature. She was like, "I might have a feature spot for you this weekend," but I'm like, I think that's the weekend of my headlining show. And
Right.
then it's like
Yeah.
you got a mic in front of it. Like, what do you mean you might?
Yeah. Well, again, it could be because they don't know if that person's going to bring a feature, but
Yeah,
also
that's why I don't never really take it personal. But
yeah, you can't take it personally. That's a product of being in your hometown because I know comedians from here who have just hit up the booker and they've gotten booked to like feature a weekend at House of Comedy, and they're definitely not on the level that you're on. It's not.
mm,
It's just that's a product of being where you're at. But the House of Comedy here, that place gave me a lot of opportunities when I was, especially in the beginning, to like I could go do a guest spot on a weekend show, and it'd be like a sold out room. I'd go do 5 minutes, have like a good set in front of a
a
crowd that's
real
here to see
audience.
this, a crowd that's here that paid money to come see this guy, so I get a chance to. I'm borrowing their audience basically, but they give a lot of local people. They used to, at least. I don't think they do it as much anymore because
Yeah,
management's changed there. But it was a good place to do that. The scenes change over time. You've been doing it 10 years, man. When I first got here, I feel like I got a lot more stage time, and now that I've been here a little bit, it's like we've already seen you, bro, type of thing.
yeah,
That's why I always try and I always try and write new stuff, because if I'm going to go to this club and perform again, like, yes, I could do the stuff that works, but like I like to always try and do all my new stuff. That's why traveling is way easier. I go on the road and be like, no one here, unless you've seen it online, no one here has seen any of this stuff.
yeah.
Nobody here knows me, except for Dallas. The first night when we did Hyenas, when Barbosa was on the show, right after his set, like he was like tried to dip, and all these people like left to like go take pictures and whatnot with him. I also crept out there and was like, just stood there, bro, and just had a bunch of people call to me like, and follow me on Instagram and stuff. So they said they'd be coming to the show. I don't know. Did we see on ticket sales how we're doing?
Haven't hit them up yet. I'm gonna have to email
Usually
them.
clubs have like a certain number of pre-sale tickets where they know it's going to be good, because most people just end up buying it the day of. Shit, that's probably what I would do.
I know that day they told me when I had hit you up, it was like, hey man, let's
Yeah.
start. They basically was telling me they wasn't seeing that many sales around that time, so that's when I started trying to like push a little more or whatever.
Well, yeah. Well, it's like a month. That was like a month before the show, so it's like most clubs aren't going to have ticket sales unless it's a huge name. It's like Joe Rogan's coming; it's sold out immediately. But they're not going to see the ticket sales until like a week or two before the show, maybe the week of the show, and then But if they usually have a number that like they're like, if we're at 30 pre-sale tickets, we'll be good. So really got to push those pre-sale tickets. So we'll be in the DMs this week, posting.
Yeah.
And I'll
Be in the
try and
DMs.
I'll see what I can come up with from this podcast episode. Dude, the technology on this stuff is crazy. I found this one thing like from like my podcast,
Yeah.
where I would just, you know, put the YouTube link in there, and it would cut up all these clips for you, and then it would go even as far as to tell you why this is a good clip or why it's not a good clip. And it would tell you like, this is a highly searched topic, this is blah blah blah, and they'd be like, and this, you have a very good hook into this video, and they would give you like a whole
Wow.
detailed explanation of. And then I would like, it was helpful because I would just cut up clips when I first started that, like I was like, I like this clip, nothing.
Yeah.
And then I would post a clip they said would be good because we talked about this and this, and I put up and it did well. It's like, huh. You know, so it's like there's a lot of these crazy tools. So we'll see what we can get from this.
We can do, man.
And we'll post during the week. But so this will be for the promo. Dallas Comedy Club, May 3rd. What's going on that night?
Man, I am headlining that night, man. 2 shows. Got 7:30, 9:30. Got my boy Adam J featuring, and I got my boy Arun Rama. He's hosting the show, so it's gonna be. We in Deep Ellum, you know, Gotham City. So ain't no telling who may slide through.
We got a Dallas legend.
Yeah, Dallas legend, man. That's what they call me. You know what I'm saying? OG,
Like
triple OG.
I feel like you. I mean, I always see you doing definitely hyenas, but always doing like shows where you're doing a lot of time at these shows. Like that's dope. Do you remember the second? So that's good for the promo. Good. Did you see the? Do you remember the second night when we did hyenas at the Red Room in Fort Worth?
The second night. Yeah.
I was hosting.
Oh yeah.
I was fucking faded, dude. And I'd never done this in my life. I was faded. I would have slapped myself, but I was like, oh, they're doing an open mic after this? Yeah, fuck it. Went up there after Neil got off, and I was like, you guys just want to hear me do 5 new minutes? They were like, yeah. The dude in the back was like flashing light, like, get the fuck off the stage. And I just was like up there just telling new material. I was doing my open mic, and it's like, I told Micah about that. Do you know Micah? He worked at Hyenas. Micah Brown.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he thought that was so funny. He was a manager there. Like, I didn't even know him, but then like I've met him later. He was like, dude, that's so funny. But,
yeah. Deep Ellum.
Yeah. Deep Ellum. Have you been to Chiba Hut in Deep Ellum?
Nope.
Bro, we might have to go to Chiba Hut. I might have to take you to Chiba Hut, dude. Best sandwich place. It started in Arizona. They got one location in Deep Ellum, dude. It's the best. All the you don't get like a foot long or 6-inch. It's all weed. It's all like weed names and shit. So you can get like the pinner, the blunt, the joint for your sandwich length, and then like all the names of the sandwiches are like weed strains, and they're really good.
Chiba
Hut. Best sandwich place, dude. 10 out of 10.
Well, we gonna hit that mud.
Yo, word, bro. Well, I'll put a little closing piece in here later. So, but Dallas Comedy Club, May 3rd, Dez O'Neal headlining, 2 shows, 1 night only, and I will be featuring, and can't wait to see you guys out there. And I'll put some stuff together, and we'll push these ticket sales. So, all right, bro. Well,
peace out, bro.
Appreciate you coming on, and we'll see you in Dallas.
Hell yeah. Peace out.
Yo, light. Hey guys, just want to thank you for listening to this episode. Be sure to get the tickets if you're in the Dallas area to the shows at the Dallas Comedy Club to see Dez O'Neal headlining and me, Adam J, featuring. You can also follow Dez O'Neal at DEZONEAL Comedy on Instagram and on TikTok before they delete it. Also, if you haven't yet, please make sure that you subscribe to the podcast wherever you stream your podcasts, whether that be YouTube or Spotify or Apple Podcasts or anywhere else, major platform that you stream your podcasts. Thank you so much, and we'll see you at the next episode. This is The Funny Truth with Adam J.
That is the funny truth.